Please remember to like, subscribe, and never forget to ring that bell.
Seconds away from showtime. I love this part.
We're back! Amazing costumes, amazing performances, amazing reveals.
Everything is bigger. The audience, the talent, the voice.
It's crazy!
What is up, everyone? I'm Chris Knight, and you are watching Royal Review 3000 here with another episode of Unmasking the Masked Singer. Yes, last week we had TV night, so it begs the reason that I guess we'd have TV people on. I think we're seeing a little bit of where their theme nights are coming. Vegas night has Vegas people, TV night has TV people, and this week we'll get to it here in a minute. Makes sense, some of the clues they gave us on Instagram. But let's talk about what we got with TV night. First off, we had, I believe it was the Mummies who came out and sang here the theme to the Monkeys, hey with the Monkeys, but they changed it to the Mummies. Okay, and we got clues like, of course, the fact that it was TV night. I think again a lot of that's going to be that's part of the clue package right there. But it did narrow it down that it had to be some sort of TV royalty, I guess. The sit right back and you'll hear a tale pointed to two shows it could have been, the Gilligan's Island and the Brady Bunch. Now, it's really difficult since I think only one of the Gilligan's Island actresses is actually alive anymore. So it pointed mostly to the Brady Bunch because of the age of the actors. And of course, everybody might be like, well, why did you think that this just sit right back and you'll hear a tale leads to the Brady Bunch? Well, because the beginning of the Brady Bunch says, here's a story of a man named Brady. Well, story is a tale, so we kind of narrowed it down to that. We saw blueprints that kind of looked like the house. Their dad on the show is an architect, and I think the being off the grid for a long time, the grid, another architecture term, kind of one of those things. Also, they have like forefront in everybody's mind very often. But last year or the year before last, can't remember what it was, they did do a show on HGTV where they actually renovated the house that was used for the exterior shots of the Brady Bunch. And what was really cool about this, or cool or interesting, I guess I should say, is that not only did they refurbish the house or renovate the house to look exactly like the Brady house on the inside, but they changed the outside and added on the parts that would have had to been there if the actual inside of the house was what you would see in that house, because that house actually didn't really fit those plans. So it was really interesting that they changed all of that. And it was, if you ever get a chance to go back and watch it on like on streaming or something like that, go watch it. It's really interesting. But they did all that. Again, that's more architecture clues and all of that stuff that was in there. Of course, the life lessons, and we taught you life lessons. We learned a lot from each other. All of that kind of did lead to the Brady Bunch, and that was Christopher Knight, Mike Lookyland, and Barry Williams. Barry Williams and Christopher Knight are probably the ones that have the most recognizable names, because Mike has not done a ton of work otherwise, but Christopher Knight is still real big in business and stuff. He occasionally shows up for some acting roles. Barry Williams has done a lot more like the celebrity, I think he might have done Celebrity Big Brother. He's done celebrity boxing. He's done all sorts of stuff. So his face has been out there, but he's just not been forefront, like I said. So all those did seem like really good clues, I thought. The fortune teller was Demon John. He's saying, moving on up from Jefferson's, all the New York clues, guys. All the New York clues were almost good giveaways. He talked about how he had tried to be a singer, then a dancer, and he was beat out by Jermaine Dupri. And then him and his mother came up with this idea that would get him in to the industry. And then everybody wanted to have his clothing, which was FUBU. And if you know the FUBU story from like when he talks about it on Shark Tank or when he's talked about it on talk shows, if you know the story of FUBU, all of this stuff was pointing right towards that. Also, the Kardashians, I think they really kind of latched onto it to help to break the brand through. And I think there was a clue in there that he says he avoids storms. I was wondering if that was a play at Sharknado, the reference the Shark Tank TV show, and also the Avoiding Storms Sharknado. I wasn't positive, but I think that's what it was. So all good clues again for him. Again, I wish they would be holding one of these people back and revealing them on the next show, but they're not doing that. So yeah, wish all I want. Oh well. Again, Amber Riley is the harp. No doubts about that, guys. Just everything we've seen just keeps pointing to her. Now, let's talk about the new set of singers since Amber Riley, or the harp, has moved on to wherever the semifinals or whatever. We're getting 3 brand new singers. Those singers are Maze, Mermaid, and Robo Girl. Now, I know for a fact it's, I think, going to be Andrew Lloyd Webber Day. So we're going to get a lot of stuff like, Jesus Christ Superstar, or Phantom of the Opera, Joseph the Amazing Technicolor Dream Coat, whatever it is. I mean, I don't know. He's got tons of musicals out there. Really good ones, too. Starlight Express, I think, was one of his also. But anyways, that's who it's going to be. And so the clues that they gave us on Instagram were Broadway, a camera and clapper, which, if you know what a clapper is that thing that goes down that marks the time that they're starting the scene. A surfboard in the sand, and honey. Now, the Broadway one, I think, means we're going to get some Broadway singers in here, which would be really interesting because a Broadway singer might be able to win this competition. I'm not positive, but we will for certain get one person to continue to guest on. So that'll be a little bit of a change up. Looking forward to that. But let me know what you think might be in store for us tomorrow night down in the comments. Let me know what you think of the show so far. Let me know what you think of the show format so far. Yeah, I think I'm hearing a lot of the same thing, though. Speculation. That's kind of lost that chance for speculation, and I don't disagree with that. So hopefully next year, or the next season, that they will fix that. But let's go through who's been voted off, and then we'll wrap this all up. Voted off now, it has been Knight, which was William Shatner. We made no guess on that. Hedgehog was Eric Idle. We made no guess on that. Hummingbird was Chris Kirkpatrick. We guessed on that, and we were correct on that. Pirate was Jeff Dunham. No guess on that. Panther was Montel Jordan. No guess on that. The Mummies, Barry Williams, Christopher Knight, and Mike Lukielen. No guess on that. And the fortune teller, Damon John. No vote on that or guess on that either. So, yeah, we just have to wait to see if that's Amber Riley and the harp, which it is. But so far, one guess that we could make, and we got it right. And now we got one that we can't see until the end of the show, and we'll get another one we can talk about here coming up. So that'll be 3 guesses we're allowed. So I think we'll end up with like 4 guesses, 5 guesses all together that we can have, which is what it is. But let's hope they change it. With that said, guys, I am Chris Knight. This has been The Real Review 3000. Make sure you put that stuff down in the comments. Let me know what you think. All of that good stuff. And I am officially out of here.
Please remember to like, subscribe, and never forget to ring that bell. Follow Chris Knight and The Real Review 3000 on these platforms. For email and Patreon, see the description box below. To reach The Ego, use the Twitter handle @TheEgo5150. We would like to thank the generous members of The Real Review 3000. Those members are JJ, aka SithLord3827, Anzo of Biggerford Entertainment, Yvette, Sean Stackhouse, Captain Trek, Jesse Ritchie, and Abraham Morales. Thank you for your support and donations that help us at The Real Review 3000 bring you, the viewer, better content. For information on how to become a member, click the join button below.